Mm, 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 mm. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, 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 mm. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Hmm. 4 days. Okay. Welcome. Welcome those who might be getting here. Dun, 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 dun. Yo! Oh, man. Going on, saw Mortal Kombat today. I'll have to share a couple images. So, I got, saw the movie, I got like a popcorn bucket and a soft drink, but oh my gosh, I have so much Mortal Kombat stuff. You know, huge Mortal Kombat fan. Can't say I'm like exactly great at the game, but hey, I can at least say I enjoy the game. But like, I don't know if you ever seen it, but I literally am sitting in the Mortal Kombat gaming chair too. So let's just say I'm a fan. How goes it your way? I know I have to get myself a beverage. But, it's Thursday and, trying to smash through my dailies as fast as possible here. Of course, classic, the seasonal arena has started. I don't exactly, I don't care for being top 10, top 100. I mean, there's not really much of an incentive to like, you know, I ain't gonna lie, I did go well beyond the 13-20 last season. Oh, they played once? Do you know which Mortal Kombat it was? Gotcha. Yeah, huge fan. Huge fan. Like I said, I grew up. I think the first game came out in like 1992. So I was born in 81. So, yeah, yeah. You know, I grew up with it. Definitely with some the 21 game. Well, let's see here. The newest Mortal Kombat came out in 23. So you might have played. I think there's the 10th, or maybe that's the 11th. But yeah, somewhere in that ballpark. Um, yeah. Oh, it's a popular game. Yeah. I ain't gonna. I enjoy the earlier ones more than the newer ones. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know. I'm not a. Like the newest one. I'm not a big fan of the cameo thing. And I know some people enjoy the cameos. I don't particularly care for the cameos. And where is one of my characters? Am I blind? Yeah, I guess I'm just blind. Hmm. Uh, hey, get off my screen. Stop trying to spam me with money. But yeah, I saw the movie. I enjoyed it. I thought it was uh, yeah, it was trying, faster combat to keep up with some of the other fighting games that have went to that kind of faster pace kind of ordeal. I wish there would have been, I just wish there would have been a way you could have decided to turn it off. Those who wanted to play it with, and then allow people to be able to play without it on. And whether if it was a separate game mode, sure, but I don't feel like it should have been forced. I think you should have been able to choose. So I'm not a big, like I said, that's my one critique that I would have liked to have seen. An option to be able to, what if I don't want it? What if I don't want to play with a cameo? Get deleted. Now I have a pretty solid dwarf team. I ain't gonna lie. I'm actually not. I don't want my team to clear it just too fast because then you're kind of struggling against like you're not starting with good buffs against the boss. But I won't deny that Cena having her ability up is very good though. That's all that matters. Don't you dare steal my shit. Of course, boss has got to put provoke on me. Knock it off. Stop it. I know, right? Well, yeah, I flew through that stage a little too fast, but it's gonna work out. Let's go. But that's the key thing about this guy. Like, the red guy. You don't want to actually. Well, never mind. Guess we don't have to worry about that. Hey, that was actually my fastest time yet. Hey, let's go. Of course, I don't even know what Cena. I don't even know what half the champions have. Some might have relics, some might not. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, hey, nothing there. Which is the extra layer? Yeah, exactly. What? Which is that one extra annoying? Actually, the purple one. The purple one. Does the HP swap and steals your buffs constantly. Yeah, the HP swap and the guy steals your buffs constantly. That one's pretty darn annoying. Yeah, most people don't like the purple balls. The purple balls is vicious. Yeah, the purple boss gets a lot of people just because it's pretty annoying. Because like even myself, pretty stacked account, I still have to often restart against him if things didn't go right. Say, what's the other one today? High elves. Oh yeah, you know what? The Dark Revs is a really good example, and that's the one we're doing next. Yeah, that's the one that most people will. The purple boss and Dark Revs do in fact. That is who I will face just now. Okay, got to make sure like who I'm about to use actually has like gear. I would say like yeah, just like I said, it's an annoying champ, annoying boss. Would you stop it? Like I ain't gonna lie. You know, I borrow my Rotos gear, and usually I can get Whisper to like knock him upside the head pretty good. But yeah, this is the one right here. This is the purple boss that we're going to have. I think this team doesn't necessarily struggle with it. It's just kind of slow. It's nothing. It ain't fast because it's just. But yeah, he does the HP swap and then he steals your buffs. I generally don't have buffs going into him, so but hopefully everything goes as planned and we just straight up nuke him. Yeah, get out of here. Okay. Like in one hand, I don't I want all my cooldowns and things to be ready. My, none of the Ambrose. I don't know. I don't really necessarily use them outside of this anymore. Just don't. Why? Because I got back. Why would I use a champion that gets hard countered so bad? That's why I'm not a big fan of why they decided to like release his soul when they did. They should have released it a long time ago. Kind of dumb. So like I said, we're just mostly A1ing at this point. Like I said, I'm not going to have too much of a problem against this purple boss because this team is designed not to have a problem. But don't do what I'm doing because like normally you shouldn't have any buffs because on turn 1 he'll steal all your buffs. Don't pay attention that I'm doing that. Only because I already know like, I'm okay to do that. Only because like I've beaten this guy. That I generally don't have a problem with him. It's just it takes sometimes a little long to do. Of course, you got to kill that ad over there as fast as possible because he'll constantly put provoke and just annoy the heck out of your team. Now I'm gonna start windowing away on max enemy so I can like make him easier on his health swap. He won't be able to take as much from me. All right, get out of here. Go away. But yeah, he's one of the ones that's worth actually killing the ads first. You can attempt to like ignore the ad and just nuke the boss. I would rather not have to deal with them. Period. So these could be turns that I could just focus on the boss, but I don't think it's worth doing. I get rid of him. All right, there we go. Boss is out of here. Like I said, we start just whittling away. So like I turn this right here, he's gonna steal all my buffs and take my HP, but he doesn't really. There's not. This team doesn't use buffs a lot of, so I don't really care that he took what he took. And besides, I'll take him back. So get in there. Yeah, like I would say, I'll remove it and then. But yeah, he does the HP swap when he does that. He's like 30% or something. So you don't actually want your champions to have super high health when he does the HP swap because like that's what he gets. The more health your champions have, the more he. Well, let's see. We can go ahead. I don't. Like I said, I'm still whittling away on his max HP, so his health swap is a little bit less. Since I. Uh-oh. So now, let's see. I don't know if I can get it. Could swap the HP. Well, I don't know. I don't know. I don't. Yes. No. Okay. Uh-oh. Can I get another turn? Okay, he's dead. All right, good. So I don't have to worry about the HP swap phase because, well, I was able to nuke. Hey, hey, hey! I'll take speed. Speed glyphs. Yes, please. More. More speed glyphs, please. More. More. But yeah, we got a pretty structured comp. You can ignore some of the mechanics of the fight. I ain't gonna lie. Let's see what's going on with my defense. Took some. Hmm. Although I'm not even sure what heck defense I have. Okay. Supposing this champ is going to get fixed. Uh, that champ there, the one that was our latest fusion, is actually bugged. They have said that. And you might ask what the bug is. apparently she does not do her passive at the start of the match. She only does it. She only does it to stuff after, where she actually should be like doing it before the match. So apparently that is to be fixed at a, well, their words, a later time. Yeah, Carnage in my defense is currently Carnage is in my defense currently. Otherwise I don't really use them. I if I was to get a full um oh gosh Swift Parry set, I would 100% rock it on him. Heck yeah, I would. I think he'd be one of the few champs that might be to pull off a full Swift Parry set. Otherwise, like it's too situational, and I would 100% have to say you would have to have name in order to really pull it off. Because even then, you know if you don't have some sort of like block buff, block damage at the start of the fight, you know he's vulnerable to everything. So it's one of those deals. Like as cool as the set looks, I just don't know if you can actually do it. You know, having the 9 piece, I just don't realistically think you'd be able to win with that without there's so many counters to that team. Like I said, the biggest counter would be even if somebody started out with poison against you and HP burn and everything else, you got no protection against that. So like I said, it would be kind of one of those things of like, oh yeah, I got it, but it's not going to help you live, unfortunately. I mean, it does have some like built-in mechanics, but even then, like I said, debuffs. You don't have no protection against debuffs. Oh, Karn. I mean, this stupid Sonar, go away. I still don't think there's a real counter against him. Doesn't really have too many counters. I just doesn't. That's what kind of makes him super annoying. Is that he gets so many counterattacks, and he's got so many things built into his kit. It just makes him super annoying to deal with. Mm, hopefully we're faster. I'll have to look at the matchup. Oh, it's not even close. Did not steal anyone's stone skin. Wow, why not? That's Mm-mm. No, go away. Mm, that looks like that's a super annoying team. Should be, could be. We'll see. Could be. Give me that. Knock it off. Can I steal that? Yeah, I stole that. Get out of here, fool. Okay. Clunk. Hey, if he that guy, if he has more levels and slightly better gear, that could be a really good team. Could be, because I know right now there's I guess I don't know what the weekend summoning thing of a jigs are this week. I have no idea. I looked around, couldn't find it. I mean, I guess maybe if I would have looked a little harder. But I know there's some new champs that came out this patch that has a few people's attention. Uh, this guy. I know that. Well, Necrid lost some flavor and popularity because of Narcissus. But no, it's pretty rare to see a Narcissus nowadays. Not the saying people don't have him. It just you don't. He's kind of fallen off. That it when people when Necrid was at the height, then they had Narcissus. Now Narcissus doesn't. I'd be. It's pretty rare to see a Narcissus these days. But yeah, this is the guy that's got a lot of people's attention. Uh-oh. The heck? Hey, the heck happened? Hmm. Weird. But I know, like I said, yeah, Narcissus kind of, Narcissus made Necrid a little. Oh heck, where is he? Hello. Oh no, it's a Night Rev. Yeah, I mean, this part of his passive will ignore shield and strengthen buffs, and then in fact that places an extra hit under champions with shields and strengthen buffs. So that so if you see Necrid, 100% you should pull out your Narcissus. But he's not picked a ton. But he would be the champion that would counter Narcissus pretty easily. All right, we need a drink. Be right back. Okay. All right, all right, all right. Okay. Perfect, perfect. Bum, 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 bum. Let's keep it going. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Narcissus. I mean, Necrid is still a very solid pick, and you'll see um, Necrid often in some classic arena defenses come the plat reset. All right, let's go. Clunk, clunk. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, maybe they're. Like you said, I still haven't. Oh, just some Gatorade now. It's gotta hydrate. Gotta hydrate. Just drinking some Gatorade. Maybe later on I'll have something a little more flavorful. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe we'll have something a little more fun. I did drink. Hey, I made some margaritas yesterday. Hey! Even I can follow some simple instructions. You know, I made some nice margaritas. I had yeah, I had some coconut tequila, and of course, you got to have your margarita mix, a little lime, a little salt. It was fantastic. Okay. I know. I like getting all my other. I do a live arena at the end because usually I just like. I still don't like doing live arena. It doesn't matter. I just until they fix the pace. Until they've done nothing to fix the pace of live arena, and you still got people who just want to waste your time. So I don't know. I really don't even know. They made a slight adjustments about the points. Hardly. I don't even. What they did was pretty much useless. So there wasn't even a point of releasing this patch as far as the points. They would have been better off like, hey, we are aware there's a problem with Live Arena. We will fix it in an upcoming patch. Like this band-aid they put on it, I'm like, I don't know. Apparently, like slight difference in point loss and win. I think that's all it really did. And I don't know. I haven't noticed even that. But I know there's players that already have like 400 battles. So again, I don't know. You haven't addressed any of the issues. Snow Cat, it win rate is not a factor still, and I don't know. There's probably I don't know. Like I said, it didn't do anything. They would have been better off like not just fix it right once. Try telling me that they have to do baby steps. That's why they can't like completely do what players want. Okay. Well, it takes a while. Well, let's be real. I even told him this. I said, let's be real. You were not going to make any changes in, until the cheating scandal came out. So, it's only because the cheating scandal came out that you even did anything. No, 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 that's not true. We've been planning to make changes. Well, why haven't you already? Bum, 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 bum. Come on, just win already, would you? All right. Let me take over. Like, I don't know why he won't do anything. Oh, gosh. That was terrible. No wonder. All right, check it out. We got shield. Now, come on. See how much I see. Why did you one time use that skill? Took a quarter of his health. Come on. You couldn't have, Why don't you use the good skills? No. You mean try to win? Yes. Like, no. Not try to win. Why would you want to do a thing like that? I don't think so. I'm not going to bother. I know He-Man doesn't have gear. I know that much. He-Man, I stole He-Man's gear and gave it to somebody else. Pretty much, like even and say, come on, why don't you ever change forms? Why don't you actually do the right skills? Yep. Huh. Uh-oh. Well, what am I going to do with this piece? This could. Well, I'll re-roll it. Maybe it becomes something. Hey. No. Merciless weapon, but it didn't roll for anything. And I ain't gonna lie. Am I even gonna? I don't think I would ore the piece. So. Hmm. I was slightly interested for that piece, but then I'll save that piece. Might be to do something cool with it. Maybe. No. Mm, no. Clunk, clunk. Get in there, ninja. Do your thing. Of course, I guess apparently yesterday's patch messed up a lot of people's Chimera runs. Some sort of glitch, and people couldn't get past like turn 6 apparently. Uh, I don't, I well, I don't know the ins and the outs on it, but I saw it. They compensated some players apparently. Um, this I'm gonna say is this is why you don't like wait last second to do your runs. So, I don't know. That's what I encourage people to do. Well, why did you wait until last second to do your run anyways? Just imagine if you would have done your run early in the week, you probably wouldn't have encountered the bug, or better yet, more players would have experienced the bug, and then people would have reported it. So I don't know. That's why I try not to wait until last minute to do my things. Bum, 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 bum. Dun, 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 dun. You know what I should try to do? I should try to get my. Oh gosh, I can't even think of what it's called. But you can get them out of Curse City. Although the odds are terribly against you. I think it takes 42 of them before you can get a guaranteed mythical. and I guess, at most you can get like, what? You can get, is it 200 out of Curse City? And now you can get a couple out of Grim Forest. So you can get like 3 of the Ramlets or whatever they're called per month. Sweet. It'll only take you a year before you can hit a mythical. If you're lucky. Sweet. Just what we all wanted. It might, after a year, you might be able to get a guaranteed mythical. Maybe. Welcome, everyone that's getting here. Mm-hmm. Got my Mortal Kombat cup. Thank you. Ugh. Well, I ain't got that piece is gonna do anything. Hey, wait a second. Wait a second. Although even if it re-rolled speed, I mean, it might be something I can look at. See what it does. Hmm. My piece is going to take a miracle. No. I don't bother. Bum 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 bum. More. Yeah. If if let me see. I think looking at my YouTube, I think it'll tell me how many subscribers I have. I've gotten a few. I'm up to 27. 27 I didn't have. Hey, 26 I didn't have before, right? So we're up to 27 subscribers on YouTube, and uh Twitch we haven't gotten as far. Let me see where's the amount that I have. Apparently only 9 followers on Twitch. I had 10. I guess somebody unsubscribed to me or unfollowed me on Twitch. I had 10. Probably what it was, the couple people that added me was bots. And then after I told them I wasn't going to join their Discord, and then they unfollowed me. You're not going to join my. What? We could have made a business transaction. Maybe. I ain't gonna lie. I wouldn't. Depending. I know it's not something people are supposed to do, but it doesn't change the fact that people are doing it. So, well, it's a tough industry to get into. There's no denying. So, if you, yeah, it sounds about right. Sounds about right. So, and you know, uh, it takes time. It takes time. Maybe one day maybe we'll hit that. I think you have to get like 500 before you can start like monetizing your channel, something like that. I don't know how it all works, but we'll make some small videos from time to time. Maybe we'll gain some more traction. Okay, still coming along here. Did I finish all my Curse City? Yes. Okay, good. Curse City's done. We got tag to do. And then soon to have to deal with the dreaded live arena. Well, I like doing my live arena after I finish all the dailies. It's usually the part that annoys me the most, and I'd rather do this part with, excuse me, but be in a good mood. Live arena makes me sour, usually. Usually. Although I would say yesterday, hmm, I think yesterday I not too many complaints from yesterday's live arena that I did. I think I did 15 matches yesterday. Ow! Ah! I yanked on a cord. There we go. Yeah, I yanked on a cord by accident. But yeah, like I said, I think I did 15 matches yesterday. I think I won 13 of them. So I'm not going to complain about that. But the two that I did lose, something about them I didn't like. I don't know what it was specifically. Well, dun, 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 dun. Hey, welcome, welcome. Yeah, yeah. Hold on a second. Some odd reason the heart symbol is right over the conversation. I recognize your name and your top PvP. Some odd reason I can't see the whole message because like they put the heart symbol over your message. Why'd they do that? Now I can't see what you said. Oh, you're in top PvP. Yeah, there you go. Now I can see the whole message. I was like, why can't I see the whole message? Like the heart's in the way. Yeah, yeah. I wouldn't necessarily. It how this? Okay, I'm in the number one clan. As far as how they determine ranks on clans, and then I try to do PvP. I haven't won a trophy or anything like that. That's super competitive. I'm not saying I can't ever win one, but it's extremely difficult. But I have a very respectable team that I usually can do pretty well. I think I know what your message is. Zebril? Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, no. And what's comical is that I already had her 5-star soul sitting on the bank, and I was like, how about that? I did not get Teox. Oh, and I dropped all kinds of primal shards for a Teox. Teox did not drop, and I definitely dropped a ton, and Teox just would not drop. But I did get the consolation prize of yeah. That didn't get Teox, but I got the consolation prize. So I'm not going to be terribly upset getting that champion. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't, that you know what? Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I didn't. Oh, well, where did you? I keep that one hidden, but I have like issued like challenges to people in channel one and general chat in raid. But I keep her off my defenses so no one knows. I'm keeping I keep that one very hidden. Teox, and then some odd reason like the thing keeps like putting a heart over your message, and I don't know why it keeps doing that. I want to be able to read your message. Oh, probably, possibly like one of the more. She's currently super meta, and very few people thankfully have her. So I'm one of the lucky SOBs that did. So one of the lucky SOBs that did. I know a lot of people are like, yeah, obviously right now, like, two characters that are super strong. Obviously, this just champion here. If you go first, your enemy is not going to like you. If she gets off her turns first, I'm not saying you can't win, but it's going to be a heck of a climb too. If she goes first, if she can get her turn off. I look forward to if I can get a 6-star blessing so I can make her super, super, super fast. I'd like to make her 460. I if I get more blessings, if I can get her 6-star blessing and some speed glyphs, I'd be able to get her at 460, and I'd be quite a happy guy. All right, what do we got left in this grind? Okay, so let's take a look. Oh, I know one thing. I need to put Rotus back in his gear. Absolutely. Yeah, after we clear this faction, we'll start our live arena grind. I look forward to it. No, not really. I don't know. I don't mind live arena per se because I have a stacked account. I just hate the pace. That's the part that bothers me. The pace. It's slow. It's cumbersome. It doesn't. It's just that's the part that annoys me. I just wish it was a faster mode. It just doesn't. Supposing they're working on that. That's going to be the next step. They say is that they're going to address live arena in a more serious way in the future pool. I wish they would just I don't know what they made changes it to the season as far as points are concerned, but I don't feel it was enough. And I got to tell you one thing. I have to adjust. Hold on a second. I'm actually kind of annoyed. That thing is too loud. Whoop. I don't know what I did, but it got super loud. And I don't need to. I don't need to hear my game that loud. Woof. That was getting on my nerves. Um, I got a couple of champs that are in the fours. Um, there's people out there with 530 something speed. Don't get me started. I have no luck when it comes to like speed stuff. Like, uh, hold on, let me rephrase. I don't have any quads as far as like speed. I have some 5-star speeds, but I mean quad rolls on speed, but no quad rolls when it comes to the 6-star. Almost all my gear, like best stuff, is just is just triple rolls. So I don't really have any luck, even though I've jumped a ton. Since a few CCs have her, and many are very curious how she performs in the live server. Yeah, I know. So like I said, I'm keeping mine quiet. I don't even put her in my defense. I don't want people to know. Hey. So I'm keeping mine on the low down under the radar. But I'll pop her out during like siege but she's not in the defense. I keep that one out of there. I don't. Yeah, I got Sifi is um my fastest champion. Um, she's in all protection, so she's in a 9-piece protection set, and she hits the scale at 460. And she's pretty much topped out. I can't. I could make her faster, but I can't control what the game gives me. So while she has room to grow, she doesn't have room to grow in my current set. How's that? I don't have. Yeah, see, no, I don't have it. I I have like a couple, one or two quads, but they're 5-stars. And unfortunately, even though they're quads, a good 2-star almost beats quad rolls on a 5-star. You know, it's kind of one hand because I'll show you some example pieces that even though I have a couple pieces that are in fact quad rolls on the 5-star, it just you know. But yeah, I haven't gotten any luck as far as that's concerned. Oh my god! Yo, stop! Would you stop it? Woof! All right, seriously, stop. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I'll show you a couple pieces that are like really good. It's really good stats, but unfortunately, because it's a 5-star, that's where it kind of tops out. Would you stop it? Oh my gosh. Okay. It's like holy heck. Gosh. All right. I think somebody might be naked. Like my chance. Like there might be some missing gear. All right, Stewie, stop. Whew. Yeah, like I said, we have one or two clanmates that have like made the case and made the claim that like, hey, look, I'm not bothering to keep any 5-stars anymore, and it came with kind of like Well, mm, yes and no. Um, yeah, like I said, I'm going to show you a couple pieces in a good comparison that it certainly makes a case that you're like, wow. Yeah, so probably my strongest weapon as far as speed, as far as the speed set, is a base 25 speed. And it is in fact a quad roll. No, I have a quad roll that's only 21 speed. I mean, it must be like the worst quad roll I ever saw. And you're like, what? Yeah, I'm gonna show you a couple pieces. As soon as we kill this guy, I'm gonna show you, and you're gonna be like, but yeah, it really is like it's almost gotten to the point. That argument is true. Where if it's not a 6 star, it, is it even worth keeping? So yo, thank you for the subscription. Yo, subscribe. Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna show you some pieces as soon as we get this nonsense done with. But yeah, it's unfortunately that especially if you factor in 6 star glyphs and so yeah, it's mm. I said my team wins this thing. It's just not lightning fast. Oh my gosh, can we just kill this guy a lot? Yeah, I mean, hey, I still recommend keeping 5 stars. If it's a good piece, like I said, I'm gonna show you like some of my best stuff is 5 stars. So I haven't hit that point where like my roll my gear's perfect. So there's still a lot of good, excellent 5 star stuff that while some of the clan I've gotten to the stage where they're saying they're not keeping theirs anymore. I don't know. Like I said, I want to show you a couple pieces that's going to be like, yeah, why would you like automatically get rid of stuff? So I'm gonna show you a few as soon as we finish this nonsense. So yeah, like I said, I'm not. There's still a case to be said. There's a lot of good 5 star stuff that I don't feel is just an automatic get rid of it. I think like I said, when the guy that made the statement, there was no one necessarily bashed him. We just said we don't agree. You know, we're not usually too. Most of the people in the clan aren't necessarily gonna say something terribly rude and negative. But there's, like I said, plenty of people said, yeah, I don't agree with that. It's not a statement that I agree with. Like I said, I think I might have stole Arbiter's gear because Arbiter's not getting turns, so I don't know if I stole Arbiter's gear or not. I might have been up to a project. I might have. Oh my gosh. Woof. That was a slog. All right. Give me my CV gear back. I'm kind of curious. Was Arbiter naked or not naked? No, she. Hmm. Yeah, that's one of the saddest quad rolls I ever saw. Oh my gosh, what is that? Although I think I do have a better. I haven't upgraded my Arbiter gear in a while, so let me see if even what I have. Okay, I'm specifically looking at weapons. That's the only thing I want to see right now. Mm-mm-mm. Like I said, I don't. Yeah, yeah, look at that. Yeah, there you go. There's something better. I don't know who. You know. Not sure what the story is behind that piece, but I'm going to show you. I don't know. Tough to say. So like here's like I said, there is. I could show you like one of my champions, right? Okay, Theodosia, really good example. 5-star piece, a triple roll. I mean a quad roll. Uh, 24. So, uh, you know, just if that would have been a 6-star, now you compare that piece to here, you know, that may not be a good comparison, but the gloves she was wearing, I know who has them. I gave it to Hy-Vee, and I think they're only a 2-star. A double roll. Yeah. So, good example. You know, uh, in theory, that that 5 is a 12. It's actually it'll equal a quad roll. So I can, like I said, I see the argument why somebody might make the claim that, is it really worth keeping? I mean, hey, you know, uh, 24, no matter whether it's a double roll, a triple roll, or a quad roll, 24 is still solid. It's just unfortunately that it is true that you can't put the 6-star glyph on it. So I get, like I said, a lot of people was like, yeah, I'm on the fence on that statement of saying I would just get rid of them all. So I get it. I get why somebody would say the comment. Okay, I think we can start our live arena climb. Yay! I'm over ecstatic and can't wait to start. Yeah, I can. Yay! We got 35 battles for the season. Like I said, it's kind of bonkers to me. 500, 473 battles already. 523 battles already. Ay ay ay. Ay ay ay. That's a ton. Who's got time to be doing that? Like, nothing against anyone. Oh yeah, and that a lot of people have that problem too. I ain't gonna lie, dude. I think it's worth noting that every so often, I'm not saying necessarily once a month, but it may not be a bad idea once a month. Reevaluate the champions you use the most and make sure you put the best stuff on them so you don't spread yourself too thin. But I mean, like, this is kind of bonkers. 473 battles, 523. Oof, that's a ton of battles. Like, you know, oof, it's bonkers for me, man. That's bonkers. Who in the heck? Like I said, it not saying that they're not playing themselves, but I have a hard time believing a single person is doing 523 battles. Now, and I'll also say there is also no rules against multiple playing your account, but it still comes down to sheer volume. Sheer volume is what's determining live arena. If you can do 523 battles and you have a respectable win rate, you're probably going to be number one, or you'll be way up there on the list. You know, way up there on the list. That's why, hey, I've suggested this before. I have a really good solution. I've told Oliver this. What you do is you take your points, right? How many points you have for the season, and your win rate is a multiplier. So there's a win rate multiplier that will give you your total points. So win rate, the number of battles matter, your points matter, your win rate would matter. So you take how many points you got, and then there's a win rate multiplier that'll tell you your total number of points. And like I said, as far as what the win rate multiplier is, whether a 50% is a 1% multiplier, right? If you're at 60%, a 1.2 multiplier, 70%, a 1.3, 80%, a 1.4, and a 90%, a 1.5. And then, because then win rate would actually matter. Like there was this guy here. Let me see if I can. Yeah, it is this guy. The number five spot. The number five. Is he really like a top 5 player? Nothing against the guy. Nothing against the guy. I'm going to say no. He's at a 54% win rate. He's just doing battles. He's spamming the battles. And I get it. This is why the system is just is rewarding just how many battles you do. Not whether you win or lose. It's rewarding if you just do it. Which it makes it it shouldn't really be that way. No. What competitive game mode has there ever been you can win because you can just do more battles than your opponent? Sorry, you can't win because I will do more battles than you. But I got a better win rate. It doesn't matter. I can do more battles. And that's kind of a problem. You're like, man, you know. Yeah, like I said, there's no technical rules against drivers, so and there's arguments to be said, why there isn't rules against drivers and multiple people playing your account. But that's why there really needs to be a cap. If you want to make a competitive mode, then there ought to be a cap. Okay, so we're going to start our PvP grind here with the live arena. Let me use the bathroom real quick here, and then we'll try to fire up some battles, and you'll probably hear me cuss and throw a tantrum that I lost a battle and be mad. Be right back. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. But yeah, like I said, live arena needs some serious adjustments. It does. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not really sure. They're continually saying that these things take time to fix. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what it is. These things take time to fix. You don't understand. Okay. I also just think you're just not paying attention to the mode. So, I don't know. It's a question of do they care? Yeah, I think that's more the right statement. They look at it as why they won't put a cap on the seasons. Because it would actually take away revenue. Because the guy with the 50% win rate is going to have to do a lot more battles, and they like that. The guy who wants to compete, he's going to have to do a ton of battles. That means buying tokens. Hey, so they won't put a cap on it because that guy needs to do a bunch of battles. So I get it. I do. I just think there ought to be an answer. There should be. There's got to be a way to to kind of address it in that it shouldn't necessarily have to be in its current situation that they're doing. So, okay. All right. Time to be annoyed. And hey, I'm not 100% convinced Raid is not even really built for LA. I wouldn't necessarily look. How's this? It can be, but you also just can't release it and ignore any changes. And that's what they've done since the start of season play. They haven't really made any adjustments. I'm not really sure that you release something and then you don't touch it again. Come on, man. You at least need to pay attention to what's going on in your game. That like if you're going to release something like Live Arena, you do in fact need to continue to make changes, make adjustments, and they haven't done that. They slapped it together, they released it, and then they haven't touched it again. And will they touch it? Supposedly there's a big there's a big there's a big PvP Live Arena patch that's in the works. That look, they've been saying that for months though. I ain't gonna lie. It's not now. I talked to one of my agents, the Supreme agent. Supreme Club has their own agents, and they already told me it's not probably going to be the summer. They told the community it's the summer, but they told me it's not likely the summer. And I'm going to say he didn't necessarily say that, but he said later this year. So he did not commit to its being this summer. I'd like to make that one very, very, very clear. So they told the community it's planned to be the summer, but my agent that I talked to did not mention the summer. He only said later this year. And if it's anything like they've done in the past, later this year does not mean this summer. I like to point that one out. They told the community this summer. The guy I spoke to did not commit to the summer. What the? I thought I picked that champion. So, yeah, like I said, the dude already they've already dialed it back that they're not going to probably. They, he did not commit to this summer. So, I want to make that one clear. He might have said it. They might have told the community this summer, but I don't believe them. I think they're fibbing. I think you picked the wrong champion to ban, sir. But that's also because a lot of people don't know what this champion does yet. So. But I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna have to, go through two reses because, Alright, die. Clunk. Clunk. And go to sleep. Okay, get out. I guarantee they do the bare minimum, and the mode stays in the current form. Then they don't really be competitive. Yeah. And that's the thing. They released it, they made it, and they haven't made any adjustments. So it sense. So it's like, dude, in what world do you release something and don't make changes? There's really no reason um, of why would you do that? Why would you make a game mode not adjust anything and just leave it at that and just think that you know Why do you do it? Why would you make, you know? Yeah, the new, well, the Mercurial set. The only thing I could say about it is that, it's popular right now, and supposedly some new players like it because it gives them a chance in a fight. The only thing I'll say about that is yes and no. It's not necessarily a true statement, only because it you're not really, if you're not going fast enough, you still don't get a chance. So I'm not really sure why people are saying that you have a chance with the Mercurial set. Well, it's that statement would be true if people don't realize, oh yeah, if I bring in AoE and I bring in champions that can hit multiple times, I can still ignore your Mercurial set. So, and that's kind of where, what why don't you guys just, when people bring in single target champs, yeah, that lies in the problem. And yeah, it's kind of just baffling where someone's like, oh yeah, I can do that. Yeah, yeah, you can bring in a Mercurial set, and then problem solved. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh, bring in multiple hitters, and then all of a sudden, that Mercurial set's not as vicious as they initially thought. They're like, man, like no, and like I said, people, they're kind of like, dude, mm. So if you bring in multi hitters and you're still going faster than your enemy, that set didn't make too much of a difference. But the key thing is you do in fact have to bring in multiple hitters. If you're not bringing in multi hitters, then that set trumps you. So that's kind of the situation. Like this guy, maybe his team could have been good, but he was too concerned putting his whole team in Mercurial. Hmm? And he put his whole team in it. So it's just like, I get it, but you do know that's not the answer. Don't let him tell you that. Well, I may not have the increased accuracy. I still don't think he's got the damage. Yeah. So, like I said, it's one of those deals. Like they hide behind it, thinking it's going to be the answer. No, it's not. It's supposed to be the set to make people think you have a chance, but speed is still winning. So, and like I said, I don't really know. I don't really know. So, like I said, you'll run into problems if you don't bring a team of multiple hitters. And unfortunately, not everyone is bringing a team of multiple hitters. You have to have multi hitters. If you're not bringing in a roster that can hit multiple times, then you're going to be toast. So, yeah, I agree. It is illusion. It is an illusion that, and like I said, people are you know, re-gearing every single one of the champs because of the set. Which, hey, you know what that means? They're re-rolling all their stuff. They're re-glyphing. They're spending. They're buying ascensions. They're so all they're doing a big reset of their entire account, all because of one set that most people don't. People fail to understand how to counter it. Speed still wins, and bring in multi hitters. So that's agreed. They do overvalue, and like I said, the guy I just fought, his entire roster was in it. He had no stats. Now there is a couple of champions that, oh my gosh, if you them being a girl is like really strong. Like holy smokes! Wow, he is faster than 460. Hey dude, can you go? Well, he was, but I don't know what he did. So he was faster than me, but I don't know what the heck he did with his turn. So we'll take that. Eh, wrong. I ain't gonna lie. My bag is almost dead. So could be trouble. Eh, almost did. Almost doesn't count. He's gonna die now, but that's all right. We knew what's up. Sifi for the win. Sifi for the DPS. DPS Sifi. Oh yeah. I mean, like I said, I could have easily rezzed Bayek, so it's not, not because Sifi hit like a truck. Don't get excited. I don't like doing live arena more than I have to. Yeah, I think one of the best candidates for a Mercurial set. Oh my gosh, is Stormcaller Marius. Oh man, that's super strong. There's no denying that is really difficult to beat. Stormcaller Marius is beatable. Is beatable. Is beatable. I ain't gonna lie. Stormcaller Marius is beatable, but you're gonna have to be faster. You're gonna have to. Let's see. What do we even have? Gear hunters going on. We're making our way. Using warm up, summon rush. Get off my screen. Gear enhancement starts later. Let's see. Okay, we just looked at that. And then let's see. We got spider, gear ascension. What's going on with my training? Okay. All right. Gear ascension. Okay. We are in okay shape. I think the only thing I've done so far is just booked a couple of champions. We'll do that. We'll feed champions later. So we're in good shape as far as doing the fusion. Yeah, I don't know if I'll use the champion, but I'll have the champion. Hey, we take our 10 wins in a row, thank you. Like I said, don't get excited by my 89%. This is because I haven't done battles. Hey, it's not my fault, that other people rush to get to the top. It's not a live arena is 4 weeks, and I'm not going to rush myself. And plus, I don't have multiple people play my account. So I just do what is needed. I I'll take them. I usually end the season with a 70 something win rate. Usually. Like I said, I could I could do more, and I just I choose not to. Hey, stop. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, I choose not to. I, I I just don't have the time, man. I don't got the time to spam battles. Bum 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 bum. I will make you pay for picking my champions. No, good for them. Yeah, it's what I would have done. Beck is a good champ. It just he's also relying on buffs. So that's where Nell comes in. So he should be facing a lot. Hopefully poisons. Hopefully poisons. Oh, you don't give him a turn. Bye. Bye, Felicia. Bye bye. That's why you gotta be. Yeah, he had a good team. Just he got outplayed. Okay. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Oh, we're keeping our win streak going. Like I said, I don't expect to continue staying at the rate that I am. I don't expect it. I've definitely played against some teams that I lost to. So one of the teams I still scratch my head at, and I was just like, really? That's who I lost to? Like, how? Why? Marius, still very, very, very. Like I said, I love having Marius on my squad, but when they get the first pick, yeah, like I said, his triple hitter is a perfect counter to the Mercurial. Hey, dude, can you take a turn? Can you pick a champ? Hmm. Time is on my side. No, it's not. Time is money, man. Pick a champ. Let's move. Maybe I should say time is on their side. Time is on their side when they don't want to pick their champions. Okay, okay, okay. Hmm. Well, if he won't pick him, I will. I'll pick back. Does he bring in a Taurus? Tyrus. Or he's just going to AFK the match. I think he's going to go for the AFK. I agree. They keep, yeah. Huh. Yeah, I think my opponent's AFK. At some point, he's going to pick a champ. I think. Maybe? Yeah, I think my opponent is mostly AFK. This is what I mean. This is the pace. The pace of the match. You know, clearly my guy is just, he's not around. You know, I don't know what he's doing, but he's not in front of the controls. He's running the clock out every turn. And this is what I mean. This is the problem with Live Arena, is this right here. He's been AFK the entire time. He didn't pick champions. He ran the clock. And like I said, I don't think the game should even pick a turn for you. If you're not in front of the controls, then why is the game giving you, turns? That's the thing. Like, why should it? Why in the heck should they be giving you? Hey, we'll take a turn for you since you didn't take one. Why? Yeah, look, that was a perfect example. He AFK'd the entire match. He wasn't in front of the controls. He AFK'd, walked away, and that's what I mean. Like, that's the problem with Live Arena. Is a perfect example of a guy like this. And you could say that, look, he's got good player power. He's got 71 siege wins, level 21. Not to say that he couldn't have done something. He just chose to AFK the entire match because he's gonna probably get people to leave because he AFKs. I just don't quite understand why the game even takes a turn for you if you run the clock. Why does it take a turn? I kind of, that's the part that doesn't exactly make any sense to me. Why is it taking a turn for you? Why should it? Why should it take a turn for you? So I don't really understand that one. I don't understand why the game would. You're not in front of the controls. It shouldn't take an automatic turn. Like I said, that's how you combat. You know, you want to AFK, by all means, go ahead. But the game shouldn't take a turn for you. Hey, thanks for stopping in. Thanks for stopping by and keeping the chat going and keeping the conversation going. Appreciate you. Have yourself a fantastic night or morning. I know you're in Sweden. You mentioned. I'm not 100% certain of the time zone change. I think is that potentially a 6 hour difference? Like it's 10 p.m. here, East Coast. It might be like 5 a.m. in Sweden. I could be wrong. I know some of the timeline. Dun 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 dun. Hold on a second. I got to reply to a message. Oh my gosh, I can't get this thing to work. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Okay, we still got to do one more match. We'll get back to that in a second. Let me do my one more match. There we go. Okay. That's our 10 battles for the day. I mean, our clan activity fights. Okay, what's going on with the library? Okay, okay, okay. Let's keep it going. Ugh. I know we're due for a loss. We're due for a loss. Oh, okay. Hmm. This might be a bad comp for us, but we'll see. He brought in 2 lockout champs. Mm, 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 mm. His predator is getting all the counter attacks in the world, apparently. Okay. About time. About time. Okay, let's keep the action going. Okay. Okay, okay, okay. Uh-oh. I think the game's lagging. Bum ba-dum. Bum 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 ba-dum. Bum 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 ba-dum. And I got a couple more battles, and then I'll be jumping off and taking a nice little break, and got to take care of some things on my side. And well, I know there's a basketball game on. At least I think there is. I think there's two on, so I'd like to check that out. And got to think about some sort of food plan. Ooh, the Rotos pick. I'll still try my usual team, but Rotos could be a trouble. I'm gonna assume he's probably got a Death Dealer on his Rotos. Uh-oh, he's got no gear on his Rotos. Okay. He's got a squishy build Rotos. That's what he's got. Well, now you're going to have to face somebody who has Stone Skin. So, well, yeah, as I say, that would mean he's got a squishy Rotos. Hey, Mr. Biggs. Well, Apparently, he's got the Rotos that gets nothing but turns. Still worth doing. Yeah, his Rotos, like I said, Death Dealer. Yeah, probably gonna lose this one. My streak is probably gonna end. Even oh my gosh, yeah, that's a Death Dealer. No way. That's unreal. Wow, that's unreal. I would have never that. That's that's stupid. Even with, I'm gonna actually ask them. Yeah, I call horse crap on that. If you're under enfeebles, you should not be at a crit. I don't understand that one. One of my own cluster. So you better not be AFK during this match. Because I would definitely make sure I put it in clan chat if he AFKs me. Okay. Well, I'll still stick to my team, even if he uses his name. It's just whether I win faster, hopefully, just might take longer. He's going for the long fight. Yeah, you're gonna knock that off. Ah, finally got to sleep on him. Go away. No cheese for you, sir. Mm-mm-mm. Okay. All right. We got one left to do. And maybe we'll do some at the end of later today, but probably not. I do my 10 and I move it along. I don't like taking chances. Yeah, that Rotos didn't take double damage, so if he can automatically crit even under Enfeeble, then he had to be taking double damage, which he did not do. All right.